Today we have a 2015 Honda Odyssey. It's an EXL model with a 3.5. They had it in being serviced, and they happened to mention that it probably needs rear pads. So we're going to show you where that's located and how to do it. Start off moving the rear tire with a 22. They said that they needed rear pads. They really do not look that bad to me when you look in there. You can still see pad left, but since it gives her a little security, I'm just gonna pad slap it. And so we're gonna start out with a 13. And on this back side back here, you can see it's got one on the bottom. Just break that loose. Okay. Spin that out. And it's always a good idea when you jack it up, just to put a safety stand under it. Not that it ever fall, but just in case. Just go like that, lift it up. And for whatever reason, most cars, you can just lift it up like that. This one seems to be binding a little. So what I'm gonna do is remove this top 13 also. But what you wanna do is a lot of times put the screwdriver in there and just push it down gently like that. You can see it going back nice and easy. And if it doesn't come up after that, we are gonna remove this 13. Yeah, so it's binding for some reason. So I'll put the bolt in down here and remove the top 13 also. Remove both of these, and it should just pull straight off like that. Set it someplace so it doesn't hang on the... Well, I guess they were getting kind of bad. Look at that. Okay, you can tell our squeaker's on the inside, and you're going to want to put that back just like it came off. And we'll get the new pads. So we took these off. This was on the back side, and we just call it's a brake indicator. In case it starts rubbing, it's time to replace your pads. You match these up with the new ones down here to make sure they're the same thing, which they are. And they didn't need it right away, but it was getting close, so the people didn't lie to them. So we're going to replace those. I noticed on the new pads they got, they do not have a wear indicator on them, so which is no big deal, but when you first hear something, it's going to be grinding, not squeaking. These slide pins have to move good. So you pull these out, and we're going to put some lube on that to make sure that it properly functions for the next 30 or 40,000 miles. Lube these up, top and bottom. And a lot of times you take it in places and they don't put a lot of this stuff on, then you got to come back in a year or so, because without this working properly, your brake pads don't wear evenly. They'll start grabbing and not releasing like it's supposed to. So there's that one. Okay, got those two. Like I said earlier, it doesn't have an indicator. So if I was putting for whatever reason, some manufacturers, most of them put these on. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I would have put this on the back side just like it came off. But it doesn't have that. So I'm gonna put some spray quiet on it real quick. Eliminates any squeaks. Now this, we got to push it back. So I'm going to use the old brake pad. Put this in here. Now this should go super smooth. If you feel any resistance, you might have a problem with your caliper. But they didn't even know there was anything wrong with their brakes, so it should be fine. Now you watch it go back, and you see how easy that's going. A couple little fingers. You take that till it bottoms out. Now you just want to make sure that it went back flush and it went back that easy. And then we're going to reinstall our pads. They do give you these, which your brake pads sit on. You don't always have to replace them. And it looks like they actually got the squeakers on these, which I don't like these kind because these do come off. You can clip them on the side. Sometimes they come off. If you want to put them on, you can put them on. But next time they change these, they're going to have to do the rotors anyway. So as soon as it makes a noise, it's time to do brakes and rotors. The pads in. And they should just slide in that easy on the front. Same on the back. Just like that, nice and easy. And now put our caliper on like that. Turn these so you can see how it sits on that right there. It kind of locks in there. You want it to sit on that, top and bottom, and we put our bolts in. Put that one in, start it by hand. Do the same on the bottom. I wasn't videotaping, I actually lay on the ground and look at it, it'd be easier. But there it goes, that started. Now I'll just tighten them up. Tighten that one. Tighten that one. Last thing we do is reinstall the wheel and tire. Started the bolts by hand. Of course, first thing I double check those two 13s. Those are tight. Hit this in a crossing pattern. And we're going to lower it down and torque it to spec. And that's all it takes to do rear brake pads on a 2015 Honda Odyssey with a 3.5 motor.